update and the city updates at the same time or around the same time. It's just really like, wow, okay.
I know, there's so much.
I told my children once. I told my children one time, I'm just going to hand you all the technology at one point and say I'm too old to do it. And now that means you have to take care of me.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. And I guess I'll apologize for the delay. Goodness. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to let everything kind of settle in. I want to let you know that I'm Judge Person. Welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. Apologies for the late start. The city had an update and then so did Zoom. So I've been jumping through multiple hoops that I didn't realize were going to be presented to me, but I guess that's welcome to the new year, right? So hello and welcome to the Temple Municipal Court. I'm Judge Person. I do welcome everyone to court this morning. I want to make some announcements before we go get fully started, but I am creating, and that one of the things that changed is, for example, where the breakout rooms are considered to be located. So I want to go ahead and I will actually move people to that breakout room if they're on the pretrial docket to meet with Ryan Matson, who is the city's prosecutor. We have a large pretrial docket today. I have a short but important regular court docket today, and we'll just toggle between the two things as they present themselves. Before I get started, I would ask Mr. Matson, if you could unmute and just introduce yourself and who you work for and so forth.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Matson. I'm the prosecutor for the city of Temple.
Thank you. So, for those who may not know, the prosecutor for the city is like a DA at the city level. And if you have pleaded not guilty, I do have, for convenience, this meeting online, which is a pretrial meeting to get us. I'm really assuming those cases will go to trial. And so sometimes things need to be handled beforehand. Pretrial matters, discovery matters, things like that can be done more conveniently. So I'm just going ahead and doing that this way, and it seems to be very useful. It's by agreement, so if you decide that you would rather not do it this way, you have, of course, the option to come on into the court and we can do it here. But I'm just assuming that everyone agrees to do it this way in order to keep it convenient. Let me know if I've got that wrong. That's perfectly fine. But I am Mr. Matson is going to go ahead and kick off, and I'll go ahead and kick him off. I did notice, as people logged in, the order in which they are here. So I want to go ahead and have Mr. Matson move forward. Um, Give me 1 second here. Attorney Cheyenne Minnick. I see the chat for sure. Are you here? Great. Can you unmute?
I apologize. I'm present and ready.
That's okay. They moved all the buttons I operate the Zoom. I don't have like a separate staff member because we're the city court and I do all of those things. And I'm going to tell you right now, all the buttons have moved and they're buried under layers of buttons. So that's just been a fun morning. So we'll just all do the best we can and don't worry about it. And I'll look at the chat in a moment. The clerks are looking at the chat. And so mainly I'll have the clerk here in the courtroom help me with that in case I need to look at something. But Mr. Matson, I'm going to move you forward with Attorney Minnick. And I believe y'all have a single case, but if I'm wrong, that's fine, on Tyler Vaughn. And I will move y'all over to that meeting now. It should go automatically. If it doesn't, I'll throw some assistance there. Let's see now. Luckily, this is working easier. Maybe they made some things easier. Let's give them credit. So I do want to give y'all, they should just shift over to that meeting. So I do want to let y'all know a few things while we're, beginning. And that is that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation, these are ways that we can become or be accused of an offense. This is a Class C court. Everything filed here, these are Class C offenses. What distinguishes a Class C offense from other types of offenses is that if you were found guilty in a court like this one, you are not subject to being immediately incarcerated as a sentence for your offense. These are fines and costs only in most cases. Now, the exceptions are there are some cases filed here where there are classes required and certain types of activities that are required in order to keep a license valid. But jail is not the sentencing option for the judge in this kind of court. The time that people can get warrants and therefore become committed to the jail is if they fail to show up for court. That's one thing, in a meaningful way. And the other is if you have a court sentence and you're unable to complete that court sentence, you can be subject to jail. Although, as judge of the court, I will tell you that we have multiple ways to manage that problem when it occurs, and we will work with you the best that we can. An example is a payment plan. Sometimes people engage in a payment plan for their offense. They need that option, and that's fine. But somewhere down the road, they lose their job, or a family member gets sick, or they become sick and they don't have income, or it's the income is significantly altered. We have ways to manage and handle those situations if we know about them. So if you're in a sentence and you find that you can't get it done, instead of panicking, come into the clerk's desk. They'll have you fill out a form. We'll kind of triage that situation and see if we can deal with an immediate solution. And it will just move up the chain until we get to a solution. So we will work with you the best we can. And we do have quite a number of tools. So just be aware that we can absolutely work with you on that. Just let us know, or we don't know, to work with you on that. That's really the takeaway. I do want to also let you know that when you are accused in this type of court, a ticket is an accusation. If you received a summons that stemmed out of a complaint being filed, then, the question I have is to that accusation, what is your plea? We have three options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Of course, we're presumed to be not guilty. We hear those words, but we're not always aware. What that means is that if you plead not guilty, we move that case toward trial. If you don't enter a plea, then I am supposed to enter a not guilty plea for you and move that case toward trial. If you plead guilty or payment is in Texas on a traffic ticket or a Class C offense, payment is considered a no contest plea. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting an offense, but you're not denying it either. You're just authorizing the court to move you forward and into sentencing. And then I would respond to that accordingly. So if you plead no contest, you're allowing me to move forward with sentencing and find you guilty potentially. If you plead guilty, it's very similar in that we're moving into sentencing, but when you plead guilty, you're admitting the offense. So guilty is admitting and moving to sentencing. No contest is neither admitting or denying, but moving into some sort of sentencing process. And not guilty is moving toward trial. Okay. I'm going to talk more about options for sentencing and dismissal options in a moment, but I see that Attorney Minnick and Attorney Matson are ready to move forward, and I do wish to keep that docket moving. So if we could check in, I'd have a release sheet on file. This is a single charge of public intoxication. We did a reset recently, last time around. The balance and fines are $296. And I would ask, yeah, today's our court day. Or yes. So where are we heading with this accusation?
Your Honor, Mr. Minnick indicated that we would like to apply the time served on that release sheet to this offense?
Yes, I can do that, and it would be time served in full.
And that would be in exchange for a plea of no contest.
And so is that a straight hit, but time serving it in
That
full?
is my understanding.
Attorney
Mr.
Minnick,
Minnick?
is that your understanding as well?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay, due to the nature of the Zoom situation, if you could email the, you could either email Mr. Matson or you could email the court online help. He'll have to forward it to me. So if you have the clerk's email, I believe you've been communicating with Aaron Stotts,
Yes, ma'am.
and just indicate that, and we'll reply with a confirmation and that it is time served on that plea.
You will see that email shortly.
Thank you. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you for asking. You are excused with the thanks of the court, and you're free to remain as you wish, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Attorney Matson, I am going to move you forward. I'm going to continue my conversation, but we do have an attorney here from Takacha's law firm, and let me find that attorney. Let's see. We have a lot of people today, which is nice. We have a 100% turnout rate, which is unusual. Let's see. Who did we have from the
It's me,
Takach firm?
Kendra File.
Ah, Kendra Powell. There you are. Okay. Good morning. How are you, Attorney File?
Good, how are you?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing quite well. I'm going to go ahead and move you forward as soon as I find you in the drop-down list. There it is. And y'all have several offenses or persons, excuse me, with accusations to talk about. So I will move y'all over to that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, in talking about sentences, I'll talk a little bit about fines and costs. Our state law says if you plead guilty or no contest, you pay the fines and costs, and the presumption is you pay them right away, but that's not always realistic. So, law always has exceptions, and I want to let you know that we have payment plans. We have 30-day payments monthly, and bi-monthly plans. Sometimes people do not have an ability to pay. That is a separate determination that, as the judge, I need to make. And so I look at that information with you and we just talk about it and see where we can go. Sometimes there are options like community service. Sometimes I need to make reductions. So there's really a variety of ways that I can come at that. We call that the court sitting in equity. And when I'm sitting in equity, I'm just looking at all the different things that are happening for you, trying to roll that into one understanding if I can get it and make a sensible decision there. So I may have questions. I don't raise the fines in that process. It's a hearing technically. We do it very quickly, so it doesn't necessarily feel terribly formal, but we get to the heart of the matter pretty quickly, start trying to figure out what will work. And, I may be asking you questions about that. So that's one thing to work on. Sometimes I have to make readjustments when people get into a situation where they have an obligation to the court, but now they can't fulfill it. And I just want to highlight again, reach out so that we can work with you. The court is open to you if you need to come in and discuss it with me. You always start with the clerk because sometimes they can just help you and not make you have to come in. We're not trying to make the line longer or make this process more difficult at all. So I'll just work with you on that. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to look real quickly. We have someone in the chat, and I guess we're getting that person ready.
Yes.
That's for me.
Yes. That's for
Okay.
community.
Yes, I know that. But I'm just asking for me directly or for Mr. Matson.
Not sure. I don't have the just yet.
Okay, no problem. Okay, So the next thing I want to talk about is just dismissal options. In this type of court, there's a number of dismissal options, even where you plead guilty or no contest, where the um, judge can, do a dismissal, even though a person has pleaded guilty or no contest, and that happens straight from the bench. So I just want to tell you how those work and what you can expect from me and what I might need to see from you. So I'm going to list them first and then I'll just dive into how they work. I can't apply the law and tell you what you should do. Um, I can't give legal advice, nor can Mr. Matson. If you have an attorney here, obviously that's what your attorney's here to do. If you're representing yourself, you can ask questions as well. But ultimately, the decision can't be made by the judge what a person should do with their case. And the judge can't advise a person what they should do to the case. I can tell you, I'm legally allowed to tell you how things work in the court. What I can't do is apply it to your facts, your situation, and tell you what you need to do or should do. Okay. I can just say this is how things move through a court. So accordingly, if you plead guilty or no contest, the four dismissal options are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court options. Also included in teen court options are what are called pretrial diversion processes. So, number one, the dismissal option through compliance. There are things that under the law can be brought up to date and dismissed. That would be something like a broken headlight that you were cited for being broken, a broken tail light that you could cite for being out, things like that. The judge of the court is allowed to step in on a plea of guilty or no contest and see if we can get you to a dismissal option. And we don't normally have a lot of that at this level and point in the game of how courts work because clerks usually work on that with you. But if I see something, I will talk to you about it and I'm allowed to jump in. Okay. You are welcome to ask about it. Many people do represent themselves in pro se courts, and they don't always know how to jump in and ask questions. And I am allowed in that particular circumstance to ask you about it if I see that we might be able to get you to a dismissal. So assume that I'll do that, but ask if you want. Just know, don't panic because I'm not waiting on the question. Okay. Driving safety course options are for moving violations. If you have the proper license in the state of Texas and the offense is eligible for that program, I automatically jump in and start trying to see if we can get you to the driving safety course option. I do that because the course option will save you money and keep the item on your record. I do assume that people would probably want to save money and protect their record in most cases. And I assume it in that order that money is probably worth saving for most of us, that our record could be important. It's probably not as important as money. It could be. And I don't really know you or your circumstances. There are times when people tell me, I'm not going to do that class. I don't have the time to do it. And it's okay to be realistic. Okay. I won't yell. Um, I'm not known to be a yeller, but I'm just going to dive in and assume you want to do the class if you're qualified. Uh, if that's not you, feel free to let me know. One reason I dive right in is because of the money savings and the record, but also, and this is the bigger issue for me as the judge of this court, the driving safety course option is pretty much the way that we can address, the driving statistics in the state of Texas. Now, statistics are funny. They work a certain way. They're general notions, okay? You may be in defiance of that statistic. You may be a different driver than what that statistic addresses. So please do not be offended, okay, by the statistic. But the statistic is where a person has a ticket in the state of Texas, they move to a higher category of future risk of harm. They are more likely to be in an accident in the near future. They are more likely to cause harm to themselves or to others through the vehicle. Again, like I said, that's not everyone. Some people are not guilty, for example. But the overall statistic, the general number, is people drive a little bit better after they do that course for about 12 months. So the state of Texas has kept this program. I do want to encourage people to, utilize the program. I do need to talk to you a little bit about how it works. But before I do that, I will say just back to the safety issue, the younger we are, the more that statistic could hold true. So 25 and under is our top risk group. And then as we get older, actually the risk is a little lower until we get quite a bit older. But what I'll say is if the ticket includes an accident this time and you're 25 and under, you're in the highest risk group, and so on. So maybe a ticket 25 and under, but no accident, not as risky. Maybe not 25 and under, not as risky. It's like that, just kind of a pyramid of risk. Texas is the #1 state, though, for death and dismemberment on our roadways. And there's really not a lot that I can do about that directly, except one person at a time. And when you think about it, it sort of makes sense. I mean, if I go to a surgeon, they've probably updated, hopefully, before they cut me open, they've updated their information probably that year. Okay. But when we drive, we get a license when depends on, my mother began driving at 14 and she died at 90 and she drove that whole time, except maybe the last 8 months. So I don't think she ever took another class, and that's not unusual. So it really makes a certain amount of sense generally. And if you're wanting to do it, I will work with you on it. If we can get you there, if you're qualified, but we're missing something, let's see if we can do it. If that's something you want to do, I am allowed to jump in and check that qualification out. And I'll automatically do that if it looks to me like you could be qualified. Okay. I mentioned that you will save money. I do want to talk a little bit about costs and fines because if you pay in a municipal court, you're paying costs and potentially fines. In the driving safety course option, if you do it right, you're only paying costs. You are not paying fines. Let me explain that. Every ticket, when it's filed in this court, it's basically, I don't want to get too technical with you, but it has a cost and a fine. The cost is set by the state of Texas through our legislature. Okay. Government at the legislative level, legislative branch sets that fine. That court cost. Okay. I'm saying that because I can't get rid of it. Okay. In the driving safety course option, it has to get paid. The fine is set by the judge of the court. That would be yours truly. That in the driver safety course option, you pay the court costs, you turn in the driving record and the driving course on time, proper course, proper record on time. We give you handouts that show you how to do all this. And your ticket is dismissed and your fine is waived. So you never pay that fine. The ticket does not go on your record. Okay. So that's how that works. And it will clock in as less expensive than the ticket, generally speaking, because the legislature has tried to incentivize this program. When you call the clerk and you say, how much is this ticket? And they say something like 254, the truth is that's the whole number. And the clerk knows people just want to know, like, how much out of pocket would I be? And that's their answer. Okay. But if you dive in and break it down, one way to break it down is costs and fines. You can take those costs and break those down like a bunch of ways, but I'm not going to do that here. It's not important for our discussion here. But you do pay the costs. So if you're otherwise eligible and you need some time on the cost, that's one of those ways that I would work it out with you and figure out when that can happen. Okay. That's what I mean by working with you to get to that outcome. That's a take nothing for the city. None of us minds that because we want people to drive as well as possible. And generally speaking, people do. Okay, so these are generalities. Again, not specifically true for any one person, generally true for all of us. If you want to do that and we can get you there, I will work with you if you're not already ready. Okay. Let me think if I have anything else to say about that. I don't really. I just would say consider it if you're eligible. But if you say, I'm not going to do that. I know I'm not going to do that. I don't have time. It's okay to be realistic, and I'm not going to yell at you again, and I'm not going to lecture you. This is the most I'm going to say about the safety issue today. Okay. Now, I said there were four, one and two. These first two, I'm allowed to kind of walk you through them. This third one is called a deferred disposition. A deferred disposition is a delay in your case. The judge takes your plea and your request for a deferred disposition. He or she says, yes, you can have one, or no, you cannot. If they say yes, then we sort out fines and costs and the terms and conditions of the deferral. The deferral will be in writing. You will have a copy. It will list the things that you need to do in order to gain the dismissal. So, if you plead guilty or no contest and ask for a deferral, guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. As the judge of the court, my duty is to consider that request and give it strong consideration and to be fair about it. And then ask, tell you yes or no, and then ask you about things that I need to know in order to effectively get you into that deferred if I'm granting it. Okay. If I say no, that's really the end of the discussion. But obviously, I'm supposed to give you a fair hearing, and I will, of course, do that. And I'm very favorable to that option. I think it's a handy thing. So I don't have anything that I automatically say no to. I just need you to make the request. I would like a deferred, is how you do that. There are chapters and verses in the legal books. You do not have to quote them to me in order to get into that program. Okay. So take a deep breath, make a request for a deferred if you wish. It's on paperwork that you may have filled out. Until I formally accepted that paperwork, I'm here to work with you. And your plea having not been accepted, you can still make that request if that's not yet determined. Okay. So speak up on that one. I won't dive in. There's a long legal reason why, but essentially, I can't give legal advice, and that's the main thing. Now, the next thing, the fourth thing is if you are a high school student or a middle school student, please let me know. Or if you represent one, please let's talk about teen court and pretrial diversion, because in those situations, we have a program here where we allow young people to take responsibility for their actions. It's a bit like a deferred in that there are things for them to do in order to earn their dismissal. But if they earn their dismissal and I dismiss, they have no record of the offense. I will say that that is our most effective tool. I will say also that both deferreds and teen court and pretrial diversions apply to more than the traffic situation. So they're handy there as well. With the pretrial diversion and the teen court options, we're talking health and safety if we're talking driving. We're talking about career options if we're talking about penal code violations. Penal code violations can impact work situation. Things can happen in Class C court that affect people's future. And we certainly are here to address that if we are able and if you are willing. So again, if you represent a teen or a high school student, please speak up and let us know. Okay. We're automatically looking for that, but please speak up because it really is a very helpful tool, and I'm less likely to see a young person if they engage in that process. Okay, so that's the 101. I do want to go ahead and talk to folks that are on my docket. I know Mr. Matson will be back here soon. Let me just kind of check and see if he's still, yeah, they're still meeting. If I could talk to, hold on, Erickson Mabini, if you could unmute and let me look. I actually
Good,
think that might have,
good
are you
morning.
there? Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Let's see, we're talking about a deferral. We have a show cause because we had a driving safety course due back in October,
Mm-hmm.
October 14th, and it was turned in December 12th, a few months late, on the final date of the deferred, as a matter of fact. So I wasn't able to cancel this meeting because we'd set it really at that point, and I
Mm-hmm.
needed to do a full review. Give me one
Yeah.
moment to double check
Okay.
everything else. Everything else has been met. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm. I actually,
And
okay.
just one moment. Let me
Okay.
just get some information from the clerk. When he
Mhm.
turned it in, was it a 6-hour class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, okay. Mr. Mabini, I certainly am willing to hear from you. I'm going to tell you
Mhm.
now, though, I'm going to keep the deferred in place.
Mhm.
I will accept the course late and allow the dismissal
Thank you.
to take place. So I'm accepting it as is, allowing the dismissal of the offense.
Mhm.
It will not be a conviction on your record. Do you
Thank you.
have any further questions before I let you go?
No, I just wanna say that before the due date, I actually finished that. It's just like I was waiting for. So actually, I called Mel to communicate that I finished that already, and I didn't get the link, so I where I can send the certificate. So that, I think it's the reason why I had to push it like, to till the due date.
Okay. Well, I understand all that. And she's here. Actually, she's
Oh,
nodding her
hi
head.
Mel.
She
Okay.
remembers. And that's why we have this hearing to clear up any confusion or problems because at a certain point, it is a court and we have final dates. So we need to, get that solved. But thank you. And your case will be dismissed later today. Okay.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you.
You're good to
You too.
go.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's see. Mitchell. Give me one moment. No, Mitchell is trying to log in. I don't see. Oh, he's attorney.
I'm back, Judge. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I'm just making notes. Okay. I'm getting the Takacs Law Firm folks pulled over and they're here. I would like to go in order of the alphabet because y'all have a lot. So, Mr. Matson, I'll start with you on Christopher Bittencourt. Where are we?
Judge, if we could reset that case to allow the Koch law firm to contact their client about an offer, that would be great.
Okay, I'm going to reset for offer. And we're resetting onto Zoom. Is that correct, Attorney I'm sorry, Attorney File?
Yes.
Okay. Our next available is January 27th.
That should work.
Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. That docket is full.
Oh.
I'm going to go ahead and, is that enough time for you both?
We should be able to get a hold of them within a month, but we do have 4 cases that were all first settings that we're getting offers on that we'll be asking to
Mhm.
reset. So I don't know if you just want to reset them all together.
Yes, we will. Let's go to March 31st. I may put some things on later today onto a different docket, Mr. Matson, that because I have not as full of a docket, but let's go ahead and go.
That works
Wow.
for me, Judge.
Okay, sorry, there's hopefully what just popped up on my screen didn't bother anybody. Okay, resetting to March 31st. Attorney file, can we send that to the email that we used for today's setting?
Yes.
Okay, great. Our next one is going to be, hold on. Julio Lozano. Where
Judge,
are we?
I'm actually forwarding Aaron an email right now of
Yes.
Mr. Lozano's driver's license. I had previously told Mr. Takash when that was submitted, I would file a dismissal, and so that's how I would move forward today.
Okay, so that's a prosecutor dismissal, and you have a copy of the DL, and you're sending it to Miss Stotts so that she can place it in the file pursuant to that dismissal.
That is correct, Judge.
I can prepare that dismissal here in the court and email it to Ms. File, okay?
Thank you.
Pursuant to your motion. Great. Okay. So moving forward, our next one is Namat Arif Jonov, I think. Anyway, where are we with regard to the single charge of speeding?
That is going to be another one of the continuances, Your Honor.
Okay, reset for an offer to 3/31/26, okay? Is that okay, Attorney File?
Yes, that's agreeable.
Great. Okay. And continuing forward, Som Radia.
That's another reset for offer, please, Judge.
And we are in agreement.
Thank you. Easy enough. We'll get that out to you. And let's see, I think there's a couple more. Jacqueline Stephen.
This is going to be an offer of deferred, Your Honor. We did reach an agreement.
Okay, what is that agreement?
The terms are going to be a 120-day deferral period with a 6-hour DSC completed by the 60th day of the deferral and payment of the balance of $264 by the 30th day.
Okay, so just to recap and fill in some blanks, preparing the deferral from today until April 29th. There'll be a deferral in place with the terms and conditions being the standard ones of not reoffending, not getting arrested, not failing to appear in court. It's a waiver of trial and a waiver of any further discovery if discovery has been conducted, and if not, it's a waiver of discovery. On the 60th day or before, that's going to be March 2nd, we'll look for a driving safety course from your client and payment by January 29th from the client or through the law firm, whichever is appropriate for that particular law firm agreement. We don't get involved in that. But is that your understanding, Mr. Matson?
It is, Judge.
And Attorney File, is that your understanding?
Yes, we are in agreement and we can enter a plea of no contest for the deferral.
Okay, no contest would be the plea then. I'll email that to your firm. Again, at the email that we used for today, if that still is the right one for this. Great. We'll send that to you and we'll look to get signatures today. And then just moving forward, let me see if we have anything else. Oh, we do. We have Vadim Narshinsky, Vadim Narzinski, if we could, where are we with regard to that?
That's going to be another reset for offer, please, Judge.
Okay. I don't mind. I mean, these are all brand new. It's when it drags out. You know, we set things out so far, then I don't expect to do multiple resets, but I certainly understand the need to convey everything to your client, of course.
Can
I
we
believe
accept
that's it.
off docket? If
Yes,
we
of
want to
course.
accept the offers, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that and remove it from the docket. And that's even better. If the two parties to a controversy send me an agreement, I am 99% or greater likely to sign off on it and remove it from our docket, and that frees up space for others. But if it needs to be on the docket, well, that's fine too.
Well,
So either way.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions, Attorney File?
Nope, may I be excused?
Of course, I appreciate you asking, and you are free to go whenever you're ready,
Thank you so much.
with the thanks of the court. Okay, Attorney Swain, if you could unmute, and I will send you over to that breakout room with Attorney Matson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And let's see where I am. Kenneth Gilkison is here, and let me go ahead and get Mr. Gilkison to unmute. I think they'll help you with that, or if you're able to do it. Morning, Mr. Gilkison. I'm Judge Person. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking me that. I want to let you know there is some business with the court, and it's not old. It's from December 12th of 2025. And there is a driving while license invalid charge and a no insurance charge. I did receive a plea of not guilty on both of those charges. That means that you're contesting the charge and asking for trial. We move that case then over to a pretrial. Although I will say that with the insurance, it would appear that you may have had insurance in effect at the time of the offense. And furthermore, that insurance was in your name. It's possible that I'll need to have a clerk verify that. That's the process that we follow. But with
Okay.
your permission, I'll have a clerk call and verify. If you were covered at the time of the stop, I am allowed to dismiss that without the need of a pretrial. Is that
Okay.
acceptable to you?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
Okay. Then otherwise, you're actually going to hang out and wait for the pretrial. And I'll have an answer on that insurance here shortly. I think that we have somebody else coming in to see me as well. And I will have you kind of wait, stay there at Feed My Sheep.
Right. This kind of stems back to, I saw you earlier in the year,
Yeah,
and it all turned into turmoil when the tornado happened. And
yes.
I was displaced from Morgan's Point,
Okay,
and
I'm sorry to hear that.
and I had a ticket at that time that you dismissed it graciously, and I thought I was going to be able to get my license, and I've been trying ever since then to get it.
Okay,
And they wouldn't tell me. Twice I'd been to the DMV, and they just said it said eligible, but they wouldn't tell me why. Um, they couldn't do it. And twice here through my sheep, they tried to make an appointment for me, and so earlier in the year, I was staying at Salvation Army. I was able to. My vehicle had gotten stolen subsequent to that when I had to move out of Morgan's Point, and I was able to obtain a vehicle because I needed it so I could do like my little handyman jobs and stuff that I do to try and supplement my income. And but nobody seemed to tell me why I couldn't get my license renewed. And like I said, I've been to there twice. They tried to make appointments for me here twice. And as it turns out, I guess I had some tickets in Morgan's Point that I had non-moving violations. They were all over the same vehicle. Unregistered or expired registration on that vehicle, and that was
okay.
taken. So I did that just a little. But what happened when the officer pulled me over? I guess it was on the 12th. I don't know if you can see, but he gave me a ticket that he didn't have anything written on it.
Well, sometimes you can't read it, but we can get you a copy over
Well,
there.
she did. She got me a copy.
So,
But thanks.
sir,
I'm
I
sorry.
have been listening, but I need to let you know that you've pleaded not guilty to the offense of driving while license invalid, which is no problem. But I'm not supposed to engage in a lengthy conversation about it too much
Okay,
until you and Mr. Matson have an opportunity to speak. And, you are welcome to talk to him about that. On the insurance case, we're trying to validate that insurance for the date of the stop.
right.
And I'll have word about that shortly. But what I'm asking you to do is, while you're waiting for Mr. Matson, who is the prosecutor, to talk to you about one or both of these cases, I'm going to ask you to step to the side and just wait for your turn. I have another couple of people I need to talk to, and there's a line queue for the prosecutor. Okay?
I'm sorry, taking up your time.
What's that?
I said, I'm sorry I took up your time on that.
It is not that at all. You are not taking up my time, but thank you. What it is just what is proper. And I know that you're frustrated. And I see that and I understand why. And let's just take a deep breath and see where we can get with this. He
Okay.
may, when you talk to him, he may have some information. I don't know. It might be helpful. Okay.
Okay,
So let's take a deep breath and see if we can be helpful first. And we'll go from there. Okay.
thank you.
Yes, of course. And you're not taking up my time. It's what I'm here to do. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. I'll be back with you shortly. Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I would like to talk to Megan Valdez.
Good morning, I'm here, Judge.
Good morning, Ms. Valdez. How are you this
I'm doing
morning?
well, thank you.
So a couple of things. We have a post plea. You were looking for an extension. I think the big thing that we've been looking at, there's a couple of things, and you've had a lot going on in another state. I recall that. I know that you are um, trying to get an extension to get your driver's license. Where is your driver's license? Have you ever had one?
Oh, yes, I have. It just was expired. So I
Okay.
just need a renewal and I do have an appointment set for Thursday on the 8th at 3 o'clock for that.
Oh, fantastic. Is that in Texas?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
I'm making some notes. Let me check those offenses are generally not dismissible
Okay.
through compliance, but we
Mhm.
have one exception here with this court that we have a workaround for certain circumstances. I want to see if you're eligible. Uh, give me a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I know we're working on a deferral on her other charge, and it's that charge that knocks out the no DL dismissal. Is that right?
I know where.
Okay, we need the prosecutor dismissal. We need to look at it. His compliance dismissal. Give me one moment.
Yes,
Sorry,
ma'am.
we're
No
visiting
problem.
here, and we have also recently changed some things, so we're all
Okay.
running flat. We're all running flat-footed over here, but that's okay. Upgrading things is a good thing. So I don't think I have the most recent ones.
You see what prints.
I'm looking to see if I can get you to a dismissal before we talk about a deferred. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
Do you have a copy of it?
I do, yeah.
Let me see.
Show cost.
Yeah, we're done. I can look at a deferral option. And I don't have to wait to get the license. In fact, it would be a condition of the license. Now, do you or is it your spouse working at Texas Clear Cut?
That's my spouse.
Okay. And then do y'all have children in the home?
Not 100%. He has children of his own that come and stay a couple weeks out of the month.
Okay. Are you able to pay anything towards your deferral today?
No, ma'am, unfortunately, I'm not because I have rent that's due in a matter of day and that's costly. But however, on the 8th of next week, because that's our payday every week, I am wanting to pay the full amount the day I get my license and stuff, all that stuff. I want to take care of it ASAP as soon as possible.
Okay. I'm pulling up my calendar right now to see what we can do. I'm sure we can sort that easily. Um, One moment. Okay, the 8th is a Thursday.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to come in the next day and do payment and turn in your paper license from them?
I think that would be work better because my appointment's not set till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I don't
Yeah.
want to rush and I don't know how long it takes and stuff to take the test. But Friday morning or yeah, or even Monday, whatever works better for the court will be great. I can come in and take care of that.
We're here either way.
Yeah.
So we're here on the Friday, the 9th, and we're also here on the 12th. Either will work fine. What would work best for you?
Can we shoot for Monday?
Yes.
For the Monday on the 12th?
Yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
So your deferral, I do want to get that signed today. If I email it to you,
Okay.
and can you print it, sign it, and email it back to us, or else otherwise swing by
I'm
the
sure
court?
I can go and find I can go to my parents' house. They have all that stuff over there. So I'm sure I
You
can
can
work
do
that out.
that, or you could do that, or you could come here. Okay.
Okay.
Which will work better for you?
Um, honestly, after when we get through this, I can just have them come drop me off at the courthouse to go ahead and sign that, just to knock it
Okay.
out the way. And I don't want to just waste any more time on that. So, I will
Okay.
try definitely to come through this afternoon.
Okay. Anyone at the front window can help you. Your paperwork will be there behind the front desk. Okay.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you'll get a copy. You'll have everything you need. And that's the only thing I'm going to require is that we get the license from you.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you wind up for whatever reason, like people sometimes get canceled, their appointment gets canceled. If anything happens where you can't turn it in on the 12th,
Yes, ma'am.
come anyway and talk to someone and they'll drop me a note. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, am I
Do you have
free to
any
go?
Yes. Do you have any questions before you
Uh,
exit?
no, ma'am. No, ma'am at all. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. You are free to go.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, on Mr. Gilkinson, because it's in his name, whatever's going on with this license is irrelevant. We can do a dismissal. In his name, it works out fine. Lindsay Scott, can you unmute and get on screen?
I'm on. I'm trying to get my video on just a second.
Of course.
There we go. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Okay. So, so we've had community service and
Mhm.
we didn't get it. And then there was a request from you to do a payment to pay
Mhm.
balance, and that didn't get completed or done. And now a new request for community service. At that point, I usually want to meet with people and kind of see what's going on. But I did get a pretty good look at your file, and it does look like you're connecting now to Feed My Sheep. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because they can do your community service with you. They're
Yes,
one
ma'am.
of the providers on my list,
Okay.
and it's 10 hours, and I would give you 30 days to complete it. So it wouldn't be due until January 29th.
Okay. Now, can I complete it before, or do I have to wait till that date?
You can, that's a great question. You complete it before and turn it in anytime up until that date. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a fan of don't wait. What if you lose the paper, right? You don't
Yes,
want
me
to do
too.
that. So yeah, I mean, or forget about it. So I'm going to extend you and give you community service. You're still qualified to do it. I checked. And it's 10 hours due January 29th. I have some papers for you to receive and also to help you document your hours. And I think there might be one paper for you to sign.
Uh-huh.
Can you swing by the court today and do that?
Yes, ma'am. I also have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, with the Feed My Sheep, do I just go up there and let them know that I have community service, or will the courts let them know?
You go let them know. I have contact information on the paperwork that you're going to get today. It
Okay.
it tells you who to call, okay? And they're very familiar with that process. They're very familiar with the timesheet that we use here at the court.
Uh-huh.
So I once you call, they'll direct you what they want for you to do in order to work with you on that. Okay?
Okay, cool. I
Okay.
actually have a meeting with them today for them helping with my daughter's birth certificate, so I'll bring it up to them then.
That's great. All the work and things that you're doing for them, it counts. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, just whoever you're talking to, I've forgotten if the contact is Mr. Jeff over there, or if there's a different person. I can't remember. I think
No.
there's a different person assigned to sort of coordinate that. But we are going to give you their number and contact information when you come by the court today.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as we get off.
Okay. Yeah, we should have it ready within about 10 minutes.
Okay, well, that's how far I stay, so I'll be right there.
Okay. All right. Miss Scott, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, you pretty much covered it.
Okay. If you run into any issues, ask a clerk. If the clerk can't help you, they'll make sure to get the question to me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. With the thanks of the court, you're free to hang up when you're ready. Okay.
Alrighty, thank you. Have a great new year.
And thank you for that. You too. Okay. Let's see. I've got. Let me get a little bit organized. That does it for my docket, but I'm just going to work through things a little bit. Let's see. He is with Swain, isn't he? Okay. I'm gonna pull those out so that we can move quickly. Number of them. There we go. Okay, Mr. Matson and Mr. Swain. Again, in alphabetical order would be extremely helpful. Let's start with Happy Okoyikoko.
That's going to be an offer reset, Judge, if you don't mind.
Okay, I do not mind. That's what we do. Okay, resetting for offer to 331. And remember, if you're accepting, you don't have to wait. You can handle that. But we're always here on your court date if needed.
Yes, Judge.
And we can email that reset to your email that we have on file for today.
That would be great, Judge.
Great. Okay, moving forward, Jeff Galvez. Where are we with that matter?
That is also going to be an offer reset, please, Judge.
Okay. I'm going to keep these grouped together unless there's a reason not to.
No, we
Does
prefer
that,
that.
that
Group
work for
together
you
would be
both?
great. It
Great.
does.
Okay. Suzelle Hart Halterman.
You can include her in that grouping, Judge, as well as Miss Israel.
And we're back. We're down to, well, next is Flint Kirby.
Judge, I'm going to move to dismiss Mr. Kirby's citations. I can send those dismissals to the court if needed, since they would be prosecutor motions to dismiss.
Okay, we'll wait for those. I will sign them, I believe. Once I see them, I'll make sure. And if not, I'll let you know, Mr. Swain, but normally I do sign those dismissals unless there's a reason. So you would receive copies of them. If they're not dismissed, once I look at them, I will explain to you both what's happening. And at that point, I would do a reset. Okay.
Understood.
But it's not likely. I just want to let you know. And then Don Price is our next person.
This case has an offer as well, I believe.
It does, Judge. This case has an offer.
Okay.
But I guess
Again.
both of those cases have an offer together, I should
Okay.
say.
Yes, and keeping them kind of moving together. Courtney Rambo.
Judge, this one we do have an agreement for a deferral.
Okay.
It's going to be a 120-day deferral period with a Type 3 certified driving record submitted by day 60 and payments of the balance by day 30.
Okay. 120-day deferral, which will end on 4/29/26 with the type 3 record, and we will send a handout as to what that means. But the due date is 3/2/26. And then payment. Sorry, payment would be by January 29th. Is that both of your understandings?
It is, Judge.
Yes, that is our understanding.
Attorney Swain, if I email that to you, can you print it, sign it, and email it back for your client?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to include information for how to find the proper class, okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Questions before I let Attorney Swain go?
No questions.
Okay. Then you are free to go with the thanks of the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. And if I could, I had yes, the attorney from Ms. McMahon's office. Let's move forward.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And you're, I'll try to say it, Round-Sevilla or Round-Seville?
It's just Ronzaville.
Roundeville. Okay. I will move you over to that meeting with Mr. Matson. Thank you, Attorney Roundeville. Let's see. They don't have a bunch of cases. Just two. So that won't be a long meeting. Did we have any? Did I sign a dismissal already for Mr. Gilkison?
Not yet.
Okay. Okay, Attorney Roundville and Mr. Matson, let's check in on the Reginald May case first, please.
Your Honor, there is a request for discovery on this case, and an offer has been made. So if we could get a reset, that'd be fantastic.
Okay, let's look to complete that process and be here on March 31st. Usually the discovery goes out much earlier, but if not, we'll check in about it at that time. Can we send that to the email that we have on file for you, Ms. May?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm sorry. That's your client, Ms. Roundville, Attorney Roundville. And then Alvin Turner, let's check in on that matter.
Mr. Turner, Judge, we're waiting on a couple more things. If we could get one more reset on this, it doesn't have to be as far out as March. If there's anything earlier, that's fine with me.
Let's see. That's what I was thinking. Let's put it on January 27th. Will that work for you, Attorney Roundville?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you. Do you have any further questions?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful new year.
Thank you. You too. And with the thanks of the court, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Dan Miller, if you could unmute.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Miller. I'm going to move you over to talk to Mr. Matson.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mitchell, representation of Emma Sumrail. Was that set for discovery as well today? Have we done discovery in that case? Yeah, let's check it because that request was made back in October.
Mr. Dangler's back.
Yes. I'm going to try to review his multiple files.
Okay. Let's try. No sheet.
Great. Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was set for discovery.
Okay. We certainly need that to happen ASAP. I need to look at Mr. Dangler because we had a show cause in December and
Yes, ma'am. He was required to do a bunch of community service hours and then return back on December 2nd, but he didn't show up for court.
Don't print too much out on Mr. Dangler. I recall it very well. Okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Because I'm gonna visit with him. I'm not cold at all. You know, just absolutely. I'm unmuted now. As soon as I have a yeah. It's okay. Or Mr. Dangler, I need you to unmute. Mr. Dangler, I need you to unmute. I need you to unmute so that I can talk to you.
Yes, ma'am. You have my full attention.
Hats off, please.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So, when I spoke with you, I talked to you. Let me see my notes. I took specific notes.
Wednesday, did you say, ma'am?
Well, let's see. December 2nd,
Yes, ma'am.
you and I spoke, and you had talked to me about a lot of health trouble. And I said that, I had community service for you. And
Yes.
you told me you might pursue a doctor's note. But I did tell you that on December 2nd, that date was the last date that I would consider a note. And you did not turn up for that date.
I'm sorry,
And
ma'am.
I very specifically told you that date, December
Yes.
2nd.
Yes, ma'am.
You signed for it, and I talked to you about it verbally as well. Then, when you did not appear or bring me anything in writing about, your conversation with your doctor and so forth, I, moved forward with what is called a show cause, which is a setting to talk to me again. It's like a second chance, and
Yes.
set that for December 17th. You did not show for that either.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I
And
apologize for these things.
well, that's really, I mean, it's nice to hear an apology. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I don't get much else from you.
I apologize.
And
I'm not here, ma'am. I'm not mentally, and I'm not here. I'm physically, I'm here, but I'm not under a state of any kind of clarity. And I believe that the doctors at Scott and White would tell you that, but I'm not making an excuse. I'll do anything you want. If you want me to do time or if you'd like me to whatever you'd like me to do, I'm willing to do that. But my state of clarity when you said, okay, you tore up the notes, I believe that this was not going to be something that I was responsible for at that point. Now, if I'm wrong, I've been wrong. And I didn't do that deliberately just to see if I could get on your nerves. They've taken, since we talked, they have taken my vehicle off my property. And it's because the people of the city were upset because the work that I did with Mrs. Garcia. She was elderly. She's passed away now. So the people from the city have done that. They've also gotten even with me because they knew that I had this property. So they've taken my vehicle that I was living in off of there. And even though I was trying to have someone build a fence around it so that it would be, not visible if it was that ghastly, that it would cause people some kind of harm, which it wasn't. But I'm not in a state of clarity at this point to where I can be responsible for my action. I'm not trying to make excuses. These are medical issues. And if I'm guilty of anything, I'm willing to pay, go to prison or jail or whatever you think is in order to make this disappear from my life forever. I'm willing to do that.
Well, I'll be honest with you. You've already been found guilty of these offenses, and
Yes.
your balance is very high. It's all the way up to $5,431.
Yes.
And I don't have any further ways to work with you besides community service, which I'm no longer willing to offer, and payment, which I do not think you can do. So I think that the answer is going to be some sort of jail time.
Okay.
But at this point, the only way that I'm going to make that simple for you is, to go ahead and, if you'll come in next Tuesday to the court, I'll have everything ready to go.
Okay.
As far as the paperwork. No, I'm sorry, we don't have court that
I'm sorry, ma'am.
day.
As far as the what now?
As far as making this relatively easy on you, January 13th is your turn-in date to come to the court
Okay.
at 9 a.m. And if you did that, I would run everything concurrent and you'd be done quickly.
Can I
If
write
you
this
don't-
down? Can I write that, ma'am? Can I?
Yeah, we're gonna send it over though in a minute. What
Okay,
I'd really
right.
like for you to do is just listen.
Okay.
If you don't show up for that, then I won't run them concurrent. I will stack them and you'll be there a lot longer.
Okay.
So you can decide what you want to do. But I think what we'll send you, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what the clerk would send you to sign. It can be a show cause. Yeah, he can sign. I can sign a warrant the day of the show cause.
Okay. I didn't quite understand where you're sending me or what you want to do, but I'll go.
You're just gonna have to wait for us to get things done. You have about 14 cases, so we don't just snap fingers and it happens.
Okay.
It takes
right,
us a lot of, it
so-
has taken
so-
us a lot of time and energy to try to keep up with you.
Okay. I apologize. I haven't been hiding. I'm every day at the gym. They know.
Pause just for a moment. I take that back. Just an email over to Aaron saying Mr. Dangler has court on this date. Miss Stotts,
Yes, ma'am.
what we're going to send you is just an email confirming his turn-in date. We're not going to set him for a turn-in. We're just because we need to move that case to warrant, and that's going to take quite a bit of time with staff. So, and then he can just sign at the bottom acknowledging that, and he can have a copy of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry I've caused you so much trouble, Your Honor. I'm sorry I've caused you so much trouble.
It's just, there's a point in time where, I understand what you're trying to tell me about your state of mind, but I don't find you unable to make sense of, what is real and what is not real. And that's really the standard.
Well,
So
that's my whole
losing
issue.
track, well, I'm not finding you lost.
Okay.
No. I'm sure you're having trouble. Lots of people do. You are not unique in that respect. But I'm not finding you to be someone who doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. I'm
Well, I
not
understand
finding
right
you
now.
someone that I am not finding you someone to be committed for insanity or a level of not understanding to the point where, I would commit you as opposed to sentence you. So I'm just going to go with a sentence.
Okay,
You're going to sign acknowledging you know you need to come to this courtroom to turn yourself in on that day. And if you do it that way, I'll make it easier on you. If not, I'm just going to sign a warrant and it'll stack and it'll be whenever we find you,
okay then. I mean,
which I'd rather
okay.
not
I
do.
apologize for everything all the discomfort that I've caused you and the court. Like I
It's
say,
not, it's my job. You're not
I
causing me
understand. I understand
discomfort.
completely. I understand completely, and I agree with whatever you say. I just want you to know that the injection they gave me has flipped me completely, and so my timetable and everything is off. My understanding, my reasoning, and my thought is off. I understand dates, and I understand what you're saying right now. Uh, what I made, like I say, what I didn't understand is when you tore that up and said, "Okay,
I
I
didn't care anything
okay, that didn't have okay."
I have never done
All right.
that.
All right. What I'll do is I'll report on whatever date that this lady gives me, and we'll go from there with whatever you feel is proper. Okay. And
Yes.
all right. Thank you, ma'am. God bless, and I'm sorry for taking up your time instead of,
Like I said, you don't need to apologize. It's really falling on deaf ears at this point. And I'm not mad. It's just that this is my job and I have to do it a certain
all right.
way. And it's the law. And you do need to follow it.
All
So
right.
I would expect if you really mean that apology that you would be here on the 13th.
I'll be here. I could be there today if you'd really like, but I mean, if you
Well,
want to wait till then,
I'm
that's
not going to
fine.
ask the clerks to jump through hoops because you feel like today's a good day for you to do that. We're going to
Okay.
do it when we do it, and that's the
Okay.
deadline I'm giving you.
All right, then I'll follow her letter or her explanation of what your
Yeah.
intentions, my intentions should be.
Well, the fact is you did walk in today over there, and that's good news. So again, the difference between stacking and concurrent is that if I run you stacking, you do one, then the next, then the next, then the next. If I stack it, you do them all together, all at the same time, and not out, 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 out. So you would have less time in jail.
Okay, then. Well,
So if that's important to you, and if you mean the apology that you're giving me, we're gonna see you on January 13th.
okay, then.
Okay,
And my
so you're
concern,
gonna sign saying you know that date is the date that I'm looking for you in the morning at 9 a.m.,
I am.
not 10, not 11, not when you feel like turning up.
Okay,
9.
we'll
I'll
go ahead.
see you. Hopefully, I'll see you then.
All right, ma'am, thank you. And I'll disregard any other appointments that I have. I just want to make sure that I don't lose property that I have that's in storage. So
I
I'll
don't
pay
have
that
any
in
way
advance.
to manage that for you. You will
All right.
need to manage that for you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry I got you out here
I'm
today.
allowing you the option of planning if you choose to take it. If you don't, you don't.
Okay, ma'am. Well, I'll do whatever you recommend. I'll see what you have and
I'm
whatever
not
I think
making a
will fit into my
recommendation. I'm just telling you to be here on January 13th.
January
Thank
14th
you.
at 9,
13th. No,
13th at 9,
January 13th
at
at 9
9.
a.m.
All right. Okay, well, if I have to, I'll camp out there for a couple of hours in advance to make sure that I'm there on time. I
I
appreciate
will
you.
see you
Thank
when
you
I
for
see
your
you.
kindness and your understanding
Thank
of
you.
my current condition.
I'm gonna ask you to refrain from talking now. Bye-bye. Mr. Matson, let me get Mr. Miller back over. Poor Aaron's sitting there dealing with it. Okay, let's see. Mr. Miller, make some notes on that in just a moment. let's see where we are with regard to a single charge. Mr. Matson, Mr. Miller, let's check in.
Judge, I am going to be reducing the balance of Mr. Miller's offense. I believe the fine is currently $100 and the court costs are $134. And I'll be reducing the fine to $10 in exchange for a plea of no contest.
Okay. If you send that over, or I think I can do that here. I can do that over here. Mr. Miller, is that your understanding as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And if that's the case, are you able to make that payment today?
I've already made the payment. This would
Okay.
just be a refund.
Yes, Judge, he already posted the bond in full.
Okay, let me look at that. Refunds will go back to the method of payment that was made. So, can you look at that and see what he paid? And so if, for example, if you paid on a credit card, it would go back to the credit card. If it was by check, then what happens at that point is a check is issued to the party that issued the original check. Are you with
Okay.
me?
Yes.
Okay, so it would be a refund of the difference.
This is on your.
No, this is on Daniel Miller.
Oh, my.
Yes. Okay. No, that's okay. I'm glad you asked. Okay. Then you can expect if it's a refund going to back to you, it runs a cycle. So it won't happen today, but I will sign the order today and send you a copy of it. Okay.
Okay.
And then it's the finance department that does the refund through really essentially like a treasury department.
Okay.
But it will go back to the method that was sent. We always tell people to give it several weeks.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, I believe that takes care of it.
Yes. So I'm accepting your plea of no contest. And that means that the conviction would be entered, but with the refund due on the remaining balance after the reduction of the fine to $10.
Right.
Okay. I'm making those notes. And the clerk is getting that ready for me to sign here shortly. Do you have
Excellent.
any? Thank you. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Miller.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And speaking of Mr. Miller, Mr. Dwayne Miller, if you could unmute,
Yes, Your Honor. Excuse me.
and I will send you over to meet with Mr. Matson.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Of course.
Valdez, she's
Yes.
gonna come up and sign this.
Yes.
The girl. Do you want her to sign first? Do you want to go?
I usually pre-sign those unless it's someone who has a history of not handling. It does depend a little on the history of the person.
Thank you.
I don't make that mistake again. Okay, let me get my notes fresh from Mr. Dangler. Did this scan to the file?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Okay. It goes to Aaron for this afternoon unless you're doing those with me.
Aaron should be doing it.
Okay. Just let her know when she
Yes, ma'am.
gets back. He called me and let me know about that. I don't know if you heard about that case, but
I don't know if I did.
hold on. Mr. Miller and Mr. Matson are back. Okay, Mr. Miller and Mr. Matson. I think we're talking about the Youngworth case. Is that right?
That's correct, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Where are we with regard to, I do have an amended complaint on that, and that was granted. But where are we? Oh, that's what
Judge,
this is. That's the agreement then, huh?
it is the reduced speed.
Okay. Excuse me, I'm caught up. Let me ask you, is that your understanding, Mr. Miller?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then your client is paying the balance?
Yes, Your Honor. And if
Okay.
the court could respectfully grant him 30 days to pay.
Yes, 30 days is an automatic upon request, so thank you.
Thank you.
I'm signing this effective today. And it might take the numbers down just a tiny bit. The fines are not significantly different, but a bit. So let me get that done. If you would like to hold and get that balance, or we can email it to you.
That email will be fine, Judge. Thank you.
Okay. We'll email you the new balance with 30 days to pay. And the clerk's nodding at me, so we got it. And then you'll have that in your record, okay?
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you need from this court at this time?
No, Your Honor, may be excused.
You may, with the thanks of the court.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Attorney Callahan, can I get you unmuted so I can move you over?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, Your Honor.
And good morning to you. I will go ahead and send you over to that meeting with Mr. Matson.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. I have a question on This one, it's on Jonathan. Whoops. Are we saying Attorney Leal?
Yeah, I guess. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. Today we've got about four.
Well, my sound was off. Attorney Matson and Attorney Callahan, where are we with regard to the Westbrook case?
Your Honor, if we could get an offer on the table reset for this one, that would be fantastic.
So
Yes, ma'am.
this is going to be testing your.
Okay, that's going to reset all the way out to March 31st. Will that be all right for you both?
Yes, ma'am. We'll have it all wrapped up by then.
That'd be great. It always takes it off the docket and frees it up for others if we get it wrapped up early, but if not, we're here. Further questions from either
No,
side?
Not from the state, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Attorney
ma'am.
Callahan, you're good to go with the thanks of the court when you're ready.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Matson, good to see you. Or Judge, good to see you as well. And y'all have a happy new year.
Thank you. You too. Okay. Attorney Mitchell, let me move you forward with Mr. Matson.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. What happened to Attorney Caramba? Was he ever here? Let me see. Okay, that first one,
Yes.
Mr. Miller. I don't know how, his method of payment. I don't know what it was, but what's the amount that he's refunding?
Yeah.
Okay, no, nothing. Yeah, Caramba it wasn't here.
Judge, we have an announcement on Miss Summerall.
The desktop update.
Yes.
Judge, we do have an offer on Ms. Summerall's case, so if we could reset that to the end of March, that would be great.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. 3/31/26. Attorney Mitchell, sorry, can we use the email that we have on file for you that we used for today?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, then you are good to go with the thanks of the court. You can expect that email shortly.
Thank you, Judge. Happy
Thank
New
you.
Year.
And to you. Mr. Metzen, I'm going to get Attorney Leal on the screen. Hi, Attorney Leal. Morning. I'm moving you over to the breakout room with Mr. Metzen. This is in regarding Jonathan Phillips. And then before you go today, I have something to take up with you as well.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Gilkison, you're going to be next, but I did want to let you know that I was already able to dismiss the insurance charge. So I'm so sorry, you're muted. Let me help you get unmuted.
Okay.
Now you can talk to him.
I couldn't hear you before I didn't hit the button. But
Right. So I just wanted to let you know that you'll be next. Attorney Matson, you'll meet with him about the driving while license invalid charge. I don't know if he'll be able to help you and shed some light on what is happening, but I will tell you that the insurance case I was able to dismiss already. Okay.
Thank you so much. I've been diligent about keeping the coverage because I know how important it is.
Of course. So he'll be with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have a good.
Oh, you too. We'll be back shortly. I do not like the auto frame feature. You know, where you move back and it zooms in on you, or it's very disconcerting. And I was in an online funeral one time, and this poor couple, they were so sweet. They were very, very old, and they were trying to figure it out. They'd never done it before. And it kept zeroing in on her forehead and her eye. And it was like, they just looked very disoriented. And, they probably were by the technology, but I feel like I'm looking like that when it happens. I just have a memory of that, how difficult it was for them. Nobody cared in that group, of course. It wasn't a problem. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So this girl came in and she I do believe so.
She is like,
Okay, so we are here first. Let's talk about Jonathan Phillips.
Okay, Judge, I know we have reset this case a multitude of times. We are really just having a difficult time getting myself and Miss Leal and Mr. Lazat and the judge all in the room at the same time to finalize the paperwork. It is set for a hearing on January 7th, and all we need to do is get the 1245 agreement in front of Judge Mission to get him to sign it. And so I'm hoping that you'd be allowing us to do one last reset so that we can actually get that signed and get this wrapped up.
I will allow one more reset to the January 27th docket.
That works, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then we'll see, you know, Court of Records. So I think I have option. I mean, y'all need to present something to me, I think, at some point. Okay, that's fine. Mr. Matson, I'm going to move you over to talk to Mr. Gilkison. He and Miss Lil, hang out for a moment. On Mr. Gilkison, he has a stop from December 12th, and he's I put some notes in the chat about it, but on the insurance charge, I have been able to confirm that there was no lapse in coverage and it is his policy. So I was able to dismiss that. But he has he's going to talk to you about the DWLI case, and he has some information there, but also some frustration there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sending him over to visit with you. Miss Leal, I did want to talk to you. We have a ticket with you.
Yes, Judge. I apologize. I dropped the ball on it. I tore my ACL, injured my knee, had surgery a couple weeks ago. And so it's something that just fell off my radar. That's entirely my fault. I know I was signed up to do driver safety course. If that's not on the table, I understand. If the court will just let me know what I need to do, I can take care of that.
Okay, so yeah, you weren't, let me look and see if we formally signed you up. I don't know that we did that because there was an initial missed court date.
Okay.
And when you did come in, let me see. We got an update. Okay. Yeah, so when you did come in, we were already behind. That's back in August. And it was set on a show cause for non-appearance. And I did get an email from you. I do remember, it's pretty far back, but I do remember it. I'm pulling it up to try to remember what it was that you were telling me about. Hang on one second. I have to click on the correct thing. And so there was some confusion about the email not coming through, and there was you know, you were asking about whether there was a different option. When we do a missed deadline, then I made the counter move of saying, ask her if she wants to do a discretionary driver safety course option. And if so, she needs to make the request. So we gave a court's extension to keep it, moving. And then at that point, I had, let's see, let me look. I had some more correspondence. We sent that out to you in a reply to your law firm, at your email at your law firm. And so then we did not hear back. So mid-September, we set a show cause again for just non-appearance and tried calling, left a voicemail, then a warning letter mailed saying, hey, you're past due. We don't have any affirmative on the DD2 basically. We left another voicemail. This is now moving into November. And finally, I accepted your original plea, found you guilty of the offense, sent a balance due letter, and that's actually on a show cause for non-payment and heading to warrant.
I apologize, Judge. Like I said, I just completely dropped the ball on that. Is that a payment that I can make online, or do I need to call and do that over the phone?
They effectively amount to the same exact thing. You can go online, and that's
Okay.
probably going to be the best option because then you can print your receipt. And it allows you to know that it has been handled.
Okay. I will take care of that this afternoon, Judge.
I'm glad you're feeling better, but it
Thank
does look like you're still in bed, so I'm sorry to see that.
I am hoping I'm 2.5 weeks out from surgery, and so hopefully by 6 weeks I'll be walking again.
Well, that would be great. That's terrible. I'm glad it hasn't been a long, I mean, I don't know when you tore it, but
I tore it in September, dislocated the kneecap and tore the ACL and a couple other ligaments in there, and so it's been a process.
I've had knee replacements, so I wish you the best.
Thank you,
I'm
Judge. I
very
appreciate
aware
it.
of how awful that is.
It has been
Yeah.
an experience, that's for
It's a
sure.
long
Yes.
recovery, anything to do with the joint.
I appreciate it, Judge. It has been an experience.
Are you with the Carlson Law Firm? Is
I
that
am.
where you are housed? Okay. That's what I thought. I just saw that. And I honestly, we deal with you so directly. I thought you were in a private practice now. But
I'm
when I
the
looked at
only
the
one that
email,
handles criminal defense with our firm on a regular
okay.
basis, so it's a kind of unique relationship, but I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, they have always kept a person there. I used to work for Smith and Carlson. It's a
Okay.
that was a long time ago. That's been more than a minute. But they always did keep one person for clients that needed those services. And it was sort of here, there, and everywhere. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
So it wasn't very, it was like not, it was spotty.
Mhm.
It was consistent as far as a workload,
Mhm.
but it was spotty as far as like the not the amount of work, but like the location of the work. It wasn't just Bell County County Court. It was
Yep.
here, there,
I
everywhere.
am
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah. I remember that. Okay, well, let's just go online to do that, and that'll
Okay.
keep you from not having a warrant issued.
Thank
We'll
you, Judge.
send the reset form
Okay.
to the email in reply. Okay?
Perfect. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Any
Maybe
questions?
no questions, may be excused.
Of course, you're good to go with the thanks of the court.
Judge,
Muted. You remuted somehow. I didn't touch it, I promise. Just unmute. You said judge, and I said yes, and then it just muted for some reason.
okay, can you hear me now?
I
Okay,
can.
can you assign me to the breakout room? We're having problems with the tablet over here.
Sure thing. I'll
Thank
send you
you.
right over. You bet. Yeah, it's logged out. Okay, thank you for waiting. Can we get just an update on the single offensive driving while license invalid?
Yes, Judge, I went ahead and took a look at everything involving Mr. Galinsky's ID and his license, and I'm going to go ahead and just move to dismiss the DWLI at this time.
Okay, do we have any insight to help him figure out what he might need to do?
Yes, Your Honor, I did tell him that I pulled up his license eligibility on the DPS website, and the only thing that he has is an outstanding citation. It doesn't look like he owes any fees or has any compliance requirements. And Aaron said that he's going to be working with, who is it, Aaron?
He's been working with Maggie over at the housing department with the
Yeah.
city.
Great.
He's going to be contacting her this afternoon.
That sounds great. I'm looking for you to send that one over. And
Okay.
just, I think two others that were, who were those? We just looked at them.
Oh, Lizzo.
It was just the two cases on Kirby. Okay.
I will get
Okay.
this sent over to you shortly.
Okay. And then I guess we have Kyle this afternoon here in the court.
That is correct, Your Honor.
That has morphed into two dog cases. So, oh, Aaron, also just to let you know, Officer Martin dropped by a return for the second one for the German Shepherd. So, Miss Hoover, Melanie Hoover has that for you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, and Mr. Gilkinson? Mr. Gilkinson? Yeah. Hi. With the thanks of the court, that case will be dismissed and I will sign that. And both cases will be dealt with today.
Thank you so much. That's really a relief. I'm going to get whatever is necessary out of the way as soon as possible.
It looks like you're on your way to getting a resolution, but it just may take a little longer.
Well, that's better peace of mind.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now you can have a good New Year.
Thank you.
All right, Judge, we don't have anybody else over here, so.
We don't either. With the thanks of the court, everyone, we're good.